Okay. So yesterday we started with AWS S3. We have gone through a little bit what is S3. It is a simple storage service. We can store the data on cloud in AWS in S3. Okay. We can store unlimited amount of data. There is no upper limit. You can store terabyte, petabyte, gigabyte of the data in S3 bucket. Okay. A single file size should not be greater than 5 terabyte. In S3 is a object-based storage. The name of the S3 bucket should be unique. It should not be, you can't create same name bucket again and again. Amazon give a guarantee of being available 99.9 times. So your bucket will be always available. You will be able to access your data 99.9 times percentage of time that the guarantee Amazon give you. And 99.9999999 times durability. That's the guarantee Amazon give about the data durability. That no file will be lost. If you are saving in cloud in S3 bucket, there is a very less chance that you will lose your that particular file or that file will be get corrupted. Okay, you can store any type of data in S3. You can create life cycle on top of S3. We can create version. We can create encryption on your S3 bucket. Even you can enable multi-factor authentication, and we can create a different bucket policy on S3. Till here we have covered yesterday. Anybody has any question? Okay. Let's go to console and let's start uh, understanding some basics of S3. Let's do some hands-on. Okay. So this is now S3 is a chargeable service, but right now we are in free tier, so you will not be getting charged for storing the data. So this is your S3 console. If you are logging first time, so you might not see the you might see the dashboard like something like this. Mm, something like this dashboard. So just right inside, go to the right side and click on the buckets. Now you can see here global. Again here we are not selecting the region. Why we are not selecting the region? Why Amazon is not showing the region? Because whenever we are creating a bucket, at that time we have to specify the region, in which region we are creating the bucket. Okay, so this bucket belongs to Mumbai region. Okay, so let's create a bucket. Click here, give any name. So I will show you that uh, here, can you see a bucket name test? There is no bucket name test, right? So but if I go here and I type test bucket and I try to create a bucket, just so you will see an error. Test is already taken. The test name is already taken, but this test name is not there in my account. The bucket name with test is not there in my account. Still it is giving me an error. Why? Because as per Amazon,
the bucket name must be unique within the global namespace. So if you have created a bucket with test, that means I will not able to create the same bucket. I will not able to create a bucket with the same name. Now let's give a name, demo bucket 2023. Let's try this one. Region. In which region do you want to create the bucket? Here, this region specify this bucket will be created in Mumbai region. That's why here we don't have to select the region, because the bucket which we are creating will belong to one particular region. That means all the data which you are storing in this bucket will be stored in Mumbai data centers, or the region, uh, in Mumbai region, or basically the data center belonging to Mumbai. Got it? Now here click on enable ACL, right? This is right now, this is, you can see the ACL is a parameter which gives the full ownership to you of this bucket. Bucket on preference. Okay, so just click here. Public block public access. So this one again, let it be. We are not disabling this right now. We will cover this in further classes. Versioning, disable. Tags, keep it as it is. Encryption, default encryption. So I told you that Amazon gives you encryption out for free. Amazon will encrypt your data for free. Previously, you were having a choice that do you want to encrypt the data or not. Nowadays, by default, the encryption will be provided to you. So means the data which you are keeping your S3 bucket will be encrypted. So the default encryption is free. There are other high level encryption is also available, and they are chargeable. We are going to see that as well. In advanced settings, nothing. So what I have done right now, I have given a name. I have selected the region in which I have to create this bucket, and just click on enable ACL. That's it. Create bucket. Now if I click here, so you can see the name is already taken. So even you can't give underscores, you can't use capital word. You can see the rule here. What is the rule for creating the bucket? So there are a few parameters which you have to make sure before creating the bucket. You can't use capital characters, you can't use underscore. Now this bucket is created for us. We created this bucket. So in the console, now you can see bucket name, in which region this bucket is created, access, bucket and object are not public right now. Okay, what is public, what is private, we will discuss this thing. And this is a date on which this this bucket was created. Now click here. As soon as you click on the bucket, you will see this console. Right now everything is empty, there is no data in my bucket. Now in S3, whatever the file which we are uploading in, or we are going to upload it, they are called object. S3 is object storage. So all the data, all the files in S3 are called as objects. So from now onwards, whenever I'm saying object, always remember it's a file in S3. Now whenever I say a object, that means the file, it I'm referring to file, that too in S3. So don't get confused. You can see objects. So anything which I'm uploading in S3, any file I'm uploading in S3, they will call it object. They are not called as file in S3. In S3, we don't call them file, we call them object. Now here you can create a folder inside a bucket, or you can upload a file. Let's create upload a file. Click on upload. So you will see a new terminal, new page. Just click on add files. So you can select any file from your laptop as of now. Just click and upload. Now you can see you have selected a file. There are some properties, there are some advanced properties. We will cover that step by step, but right now just click on upload. Simply I have uploaded a file. Now as soon as you upload a file, you will see object 1, and this file is uploaded, and there is a name of the file. Can I access this file? Can I open this file in the browser? Will I able to read the file? If you click on the file, or we call it object now, if I click on the object, it will not open the object, it will show the property of the object. Why I'm not able to open the file? Because to read a file you required a block storage. You need this file is in cloud right now. This is in S3, right? You have to download this file in your local system, and then only you will able to read it. So when you click on open file, okay, so you will see the file is downloaded. Now you can see the file is downloaded in your local system. Okay, you have to download the file in your local system, and then only you will be able to read it. So any file in S3 you will not able to view the content. Always remember, because this become an object right now. This file is object, so you will not able to open the file in the cloud. Any question till here? So I will just give you a recap. Create a bucket here, give the name, select the region, in which region do you want to keep the data. So if your company is in Virginia, or it's a US company, you can select the Virginia data centers. Okay, just click on enable ACL, that's it, and scroll down. Block public access, yes. Disable versioning, yes. Encryption, keep it default, and create a bucket. In 3 steps you can create a bucket, that's it. So we have created a bucket. Inside bucket, any file you are uploading in the bucket, it will call as object. So this is a file, we will call it object. We will not able to open any file or object in the cloud directly. You have to download the file, and then you will able to open it. If it's a text file, if it's a normal text file, or some file which is supported by your browser, if you click on open, it will open in the browser itself. Okay, but still it will be downloaded in your system, and then only it will be opened. It will download in temp folder. Second, S3 is a chargeable service, I told you, but right now you are in free tier, so total amount of data you can store in your account is 5 GB per month. AWS free tier include 5 GB of S3 standard storage. Okay, so up to 5 GB you can store the data. You can see here. So it's not like a single bucket. Total data stored in your account. Any question till here? Let's go to the my bucket. If you Now you can see the path here. Just like in your laptop, in your Windows, you have a path, right? C drive, folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4, right? Here also you can navigate through the uh, URLs. Okay, so this is my bucket. So this is right now I'm in my bucket. That is a uh, root position of my bucket. That means this all property, all permission is for my bucket. Click on properties. So now you can see it is a bucket properties. All these things are bucket properties. So what are the properties of bucket right now? In which region, AWS region you have created this bucket, you cannot change the region once the bucket is created. You don't have option to move your data from one region to another. You have to create a new bucket altogether. This bucket cannot move to another region. If you want to do that, create a new bucket in another region and copy the data. Once the bucket is created, you cannot change the region. Okay. Next is ARN, Amazon Resource Name. What is this? This is a unique name created by Amazon. This is a ARN, or you can say a name, nomenclature given for each service you are using. So I will explain you how these nomenclatures are created and how there are many places where you can use it. So ARN is whenever you are creating anything, each service will create a name for that particular uh, entity you have created. It's a unique name. This bucket was created on 30th July. 13th July, this bucket is created. Versioning. Right now we have disabled the versioning. Tag. I told you tag is basically giving the extra information why this particular service was created. Encryption. Previously, you we got the option that I can disable the encryption, but now Amazon has given previously we have an option that we can disable the encryption, but now you have to use default encryption. At least some encryption should be available on your S3 bucket. Okay, so by default Amazon is keeping your data with encrypted format. So this file which we have uploaded in S3 right now, this is in encrypted format. So when the data is stored in S3 or in the data centers of Amazon, it is stored in encrypted format. Intelligent tiering right now not required. Server side server access login not required. CloudTrail event, we'll talk about CloudTrail in some time. Event notification, again right now don't not require. Okay, everything we can skip for now. Static website hosting, we are going to do these things tomorrow. How can we host a website on S3? Permissions, bucket and object are not public. Okay, so that means this is my private bucket. This is my private bucket. Block public access. Yes, all public access is block. Now, what is public access and private access? We'll talk about more. And apart from this, nothing is required. Matrices. Here you can see the matrices of your data. What is my matrices? How much amount of data you have kept? How many number of objects you have kept in S3? Okay, as this is a new bucket, this is not showing. If I go to my other buckets, go to matrices, matrix, You can see I have stored 500 MB of data here. How many objects are there? 240 objects are there. 248 number of objects I have uploaded in this particular bucket, and some more information here. Okay, so different tire, different thing. You can, so as this bucket is created recently, we are not able to see the matrices. It will take couple of hours to days to populate the data here. Management, lifecycle rule, replication rule, we are going to cover this thing, and access point. This is not required. So this is the property of your bucket. Property, permission, matrices. Property, you can change the property of your S3. Permission means who can access the bucket. That's the two major thing. Coming to object. So whenever you are uploading any file, we call them object. Click on upload, add the file. You can add any number of files to S3. Just select the file and upload. Even drag and drop option is available. Just like here, if I go to any of the file, just select the file, drag and drop, and upload. Drag and drop is also, so I have uploaded 4 object here. So if I click on the particular object, now you can see the object property is open. It didn't open the file, it didn't open the object. Okay, so if I go and upload a text file, let's say this is a text file. Successfully uploaded, successful. Now you can see I have uploaded this file. If I click on this again, the property of the object is opened. If I download the file, it will be downloaded in my local system. If I click on open, again it will download the copy. If the browser is supported, then browser will open the file. Okay, if the browser supports it, the browser will open the file. Otherwise, you have to open in your local laptop. So this is my bucket. Inside bucket, I have 5 objects. Click on any of the object. Now here you will see object property. You will see object property. So what are the object properties? One by one, let's see. Owner. Owner basically means your account number. Previously, you will see the same number. Your account number was populating here. Now they have they are doing encryption on your account number. So that's why the number account number is showing in this very huge digits. So this some encryption is done on your this number, account number, and it is showed like this. Then in which region this object belongs to. When you last modify this object, if you're doing anything, last updated date and time, size of the object, what is the type of the object? It's a text file. If Amazon is able to understand the format, it will give the type. If not, it will not show this parameter. It is a text file. Then key basically means the name of the file. Right now, key basically means the name of the file. S3 URI. Now you can see there is some HTTP URL is created for this object. Okay, it is called S3 URI and other is called object URL. So these two parameters I am going to explain you in detail how you can use it, what is this mean, and another is ARN. Same, I told you every thing we are creating in Amazon will have its own URL. ARN. It's a unique name given to each and every entity you create in Amazon. Even when we created the user in IAM, there also the ARN was created. Okay, it has a predefined nomenclature. I will explain you how you can understand that. Object management overview, the bucket property, the property which is inherited from the bucket. So the file which you are uploading in some bucket. So the policies or the permissions or the property of the bucket will be inherited by your file or object. So the properties which are been inherited from the bucket is shown here. So versioning, as bucket is not is as versioning is not enable on your bucket, that's why your object is also not able to enable the versioning. Object lock disable, retention is not required, replication is disabled. Storage class standard. So we have different storage class. Right now every object is stored in standard. Encryption, default encryption. Tags, you can enable tag. Metadata, right now it's a plain text. Extra information about your file is called metadata. Additional information. Permissions. So right now you are the owner of this file because this file belongs to your account. There are cases where in industry your company might create multiple accounts and each account needs to access this file. So you have to give permission to access one file to another, a file in one account to another account. Like so let's say I have uploaded this file in S3 and you want this file to, you want access to this file. So I can give access to your access of this particular object to you, being you are in different account. So you can do that. So the ownership right now is belongs to me. Then is this file public? Right now, no. This file is not public. So this is the user group. You can share your file with different AWS account. Versioning, you can see there is a warning. The versioning is not enabled on the bucket. So this is a high level overview right now for your S3 bucket and object. Okay, any question? How can you create a bucket? How can you upload a file in S3 right now? How can you create a bucket and how can you upload a file? Any question on this? So okay, so when you log into a console, this is your home page. Just type search S3. Okay, it will show you here, or in services, go to the storage, you will find S3, or if you have recently used, it will be here in recently used service. Just click here, your dashboard will open. Okay, if it's this one, just click on the bucket. Okay, so in my bucket right now there are 6 buckets. In my S3 there are 6 buckets. In your case there will be 0 bucket, so you have to create a bucket from here. Okay, so after you create a bucket, the list of the buckets will be here. It's, you can compare bucket with C drive, your C drive, D drive, E drive, like that. Okay, so as soon as you create a bucket you can start uploading the file. So why bucket concept came in picture? Because When you create a bucket, it gives you the region in which region the bucket is created. So all the data in this bucket belongs to which region? Mumbai region. That means it's the data is stored in Mumbai data centers. So as I said, there are many countries where data compliance is the issue, that you can't store the data of that particular country outside their data center. That means if Facebook, India has a rule that all the information of Indian citizen should not be stored in the data center outside India. So Facebook, Google have set up their data center in India, and our data is stored in Indian data centers. So similarly, in US, in other countries, if you want, you can. Okay, so in other countries as well, you can. There are some provisions where you have to store the data in their country only. So you can select the region accordingly. And second thing, I will select the region near to me, right? So if you have a customer in US, so it is a sensible thing that the bucket should be near to that particular client or customer. Why? Because if you are uploading the data right now, I'm in India. If I'm creating a bucket in Virginia, let's say, so to transfer the data from India to Virginia data center, it will take time compared to uploading the data or downloading the data from Mumbai data center, right? Imagine now, if I'm uploading a data in Virginia data center compared to uploading or downloading the data in Mumbai data center, which will be faster. Now, you will say, sir, depending on my entire bandwidth. No, some people will say, sir, I have a huge bandwidth. It will not impact me. No, it will impact you. If you might have seen, when you are downloading some file from different server, even though you have a good bandwidth, that server is not giving 100% of the speed. Let's say if you have a 1 MB of download speed, still you will get 200 KB, 500 KB, right? Why that happens? Because you are downloading the data over the internet, and when you are connecting to a server, this is how actual that's I'll show you one picture. Let's say you are in India, right? You are in India and you are downloading a file from here. There is a data center and you are downloading a file from this server located in the US. Are your connection is directly when you connect to this file, are you is there a direct connection between you and the file? There are intermediate gateways or intermediate servers are there. So what happens actually? You will connect to your India data center, India connection gateway. Then that gateway or that will go to another gateway, another server. That it will go to third server. It might go to fourth server, and from there you will able to connect to this file. Something like this. These are the intermediate internet servers, or you can call hope or hub, right? And this hub is handling the traffic for millions of users. So the performance of your internet depending on the intermediate hub or gateways. If the traffic on this gateway is less, that times you will get a good performance. If the traffic on these gateways are high, you will get a degraded performance. Even though you have a 100 MB speed, 1 GB speed, doesn't matter, right? So always remember which data center you are working in. That's important. That's why Amazon has given you the feasibility to select the data centers. That's why Amazon has divided the geographical earth in different regions, so that you can work in your own region, the region which is near to you, so that the transfer of data is less. Major thing right now in industry is the transfer of data, because the data is in this geographical area and you are working in here. Does it make sense to transfer the data again and again over the internet? You are wasting the bandwidth, you are wasting the resources. If the data is near to you, it will take less time. Agree? Is it clear? So why I'm saying this? Because in your company, you are the person, you might be you are the person who is going to create the bucket. Okay, not right now, but as you will grow in your company on a senior level, you might take a decision where the bucket should be created. Agree? So you should be aware, or you should understand how this whole movement of the data works. Got it? Now let's understand a little bit about data consistency. Now, what is mean by data consistency? Anybody know what is mean by consistency? Word consistency in general way. Consistency means regularly. There should be no abnormality. Yeah, there should be no abnormality. If I'm putting a, if we are doing something, it should be up to the time. Like a railway, the train should be consistent for a given period of time. If the time timing is 7 o'clock, the train should come at 7 o'clock, right? Coming to data consistency, if I have uploaded data, I should able to read the data. The data quality of the data should not degrade. Let's say I have uploaded a file with 100 words. Now after some time, I'm only able to read 99 words. Or I I had a file of 100 words. Now I had replaced this file. I have replaced this file with a new file of 105 words. Wow. So I have replaced this file. Previously I had a file with 100 words. Now I have replaced this file with the same name with 105 characters. So now Amazon should return me the old file or should return you the new file. So assume that this is my text file. This is my text file. So there are three lines right now. If I upload, I have added a new line, and I have uploaded this file to Amazon. Previously in Amazon there was this file was there with three lines. Now I have added a new file, new line, and I have uploaded to S3. So Amazon should return me the new file or old file. New file. So this is the S3 file. So in my local system, this again that you can see. Let's go to S3 and let me try to open the file. Yes, you can see the chorus configuration in my local. Let's add a new file. new line. This is new line. Save this thing and upload the file again. So if I'm uploading a file with the same name, what will happen? If I'm uploading a file with the same name, what will happen? It will be replaced or it will be creating a new backup of this file. It will over. In your local system, what will happen? When you copy a file with the same name in a given folder, what will happen? It replaces it, overwrite, right? Same thing happened with Amazon right now. Okay, so I'm uploading a file. You can see the file name is s3.txt. I'm uploading the same file. Just upload. So you will see the time of current time 8:50, and if I open that particular file, it is giving me the new content, right? If somehow Amazon returns you the old content, will that be acceptable to you? If this is a very small file, it, or it's a very small data, we are talking of petabytes of data now, and it takes some time to replicate the data or uh, to apply the changes everywhere. But if you get the old file, will that be acceptable for you? So if somehow Amazon is giving you the old data, it will create a data inconsistency. Then it is called data inconsistency. Agree? So the word consistency and inconsistency, is it clear to you now? So if you are uploading the data and if you are doing any modification, even if you are uploading a new file or existing file, you should get the latest information. That is called data consistency. And if the data, you are not getting the latest information, if you're getting some old information or corrupted information, it is called data inconsistency. Clear with the word? Clear with the words? Now let's have some new PPT diagram. Let's understand how Amazon stores the data in S3. Yes. Okay. Put new object. So put, I told you, whenever you are uploading a new file, it is a put object, right? Whenever you put in a HTTP, put means new file. Okay. So there is a property of S3. Now I haven't told you about availability zone right now. Let me see that PPT is open or not. Just a minute. Remember availability zone in our basic? What is the relation between availability zone and your region? This one, this diagram. Right now I have uploaded my a file in a region, in Mumbai region. So in which availability zone my file was copied? Anybody? In which availability zone my file was uploaded? Because in the availability zone only the data centers are there, right? In each availability zone there is a data center, that we have learned, right? Data center is, collection of data center is one availability zone. So in which data center our data has gone, or which availability zone our data is gone to? All three? Okay. Now, okay, I will give you the. Now I told you that all three availability zones are connected to each other. That is also I we have covered that, right? All the three availability zones are interconnected with each other. Why? There should be some logical reason, right? That this three, yes, that's one reason. If one data center goes down, you will be connected to another data center. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so why this data center are connected to each other? So I will not go with the right now for the servers. I will just will go to the data centers or for your S3 bucket right now. Why these two or three data centers are connected with each other? So whenever we are uploading our data, we are saying that the data will be uploaded in a given region, right? But in behind the scene, this is what actually happens. So assume that you have a 10 GB of the file, 10 GB of the file. So randomly, Amazon will select one availability zone. Inside that availability zone, there will be a data center, and your data is uploaded at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you started uploading your data according to the bandwidth. The data uploaded at 8 a.m. Now, what if this availability zone goes down? What will happen if this availability goes down? You will lose your data, or you will not able to get the file. You will not able to access this object. Agree? You will not able to access this object. But Amazon says that it has a 99.9 availability, and there are chances that a particular data center or availability zone can go down. You have seen right now the situation of Mumbai. You have seen the situation of Delhi right now. You might have heard what's the situation going on. Flood is there, and data centers, or there are so much chaos is there. That means a data center can go down. Still, Amazon is saying we are going to give you 99.9 percentage availability. How? So, what Amazon does, whenever you upload a object, whenever you upload a file, it is stored in one of the availability zone randomly, and as soon as the file is uploaded, it will be replicated to another two availability zone. That means the copy of your file has three backups, means two backup. Total three copies of your data will be available in your S3 bucket. By default, you will get three backup of your data. Three copy of your data will be kept in S3. By default, it is already replicated. By default, it is already replicated. So as soon as in a in a given region, in a given region, so irrespective in which region you are uploading, there will be availability zone in each region. So whenever you are uploading your file in a in S3, by default there will be at least three copy of your data. Okay, I'm saying at least. Amazon say three copy. It can be more, but at least three copy. Now question: are you paying for three copies, or are you paying for one copy? Are we going to pay for one copy of your data, or are we going to pay for all the three copies? So you're just paying for service, you're not paying for the backups. So this is a service. Amazon is keeping one copy, three copy, 10 copy. You are not bothered about that. You're just you're just bothered about my file, my data. How the backups are taken. So this is a backup now. Now coming to why these three availability zones are connected to each other. Is it clear now? Why all these three availability zones are connected and why their ultra high speed is required? So as soon as a person is uploading a data, the replication should happen, and the replication should happen with a very high speed, because it might why the application should happen fast, because the backup should be created immediately as soon as possible. Yes, yes. The, if you have a worst, what is you can say, Jetalal ki kismat. If you have you are uploading a file, that time only the data center goes down. You might have seen, you came to home, your lift is gone. Kismat. Okay, you can't do that. So that's the chances, right? So as soon as you upload the file, the application should happen, start immediately, and uh, it should start as soon as you upload the file. Secondly, it should not take much time to copy the data to replicate it to another data centers. Okay, okay, I was on mute. So Nidhi has asked me that we have the visibility of a data center? So no, we are not selecting any data center. We don't have access to any availability zone. We can't say that give me the data from availability zone C or availability zone B or availability zone A. No, we don't know. We're not aware. Randomly Amazon select any data center, and randomly it will be copied to at least three data centers. So for me, I just have a object that this is a object. Return me the file. That's it. Return me the data. Right now, I can give one more example. In Google Drive, are you aware how many applications are there in Google Drive? You can always compare S3 with Google Drive. They are same, exactly same. Are you aware how many applications is there in Google Drive? You just want that my file should be safe. That's it. So behind the scene, Google is doing same thing for you. At least two copies will be there. I'm not sure about Google, but for Amazon, we I can say that at least three copy of your data is preserved. At least three. Okay. So in exam, in interviews, don't say at least. So your data will be copied in three availability zone. Three copies of your data is there with Amazon. Now, why Amazon says three copy? There are multiple scenarios I will create. So I have so many scenarios. Scenario one, two, three. You can see. We'll talk about each and every scenario one by one. So understand very carefully. So let's start. So now assume that you have uploaded a file of 10 GB, and that file got completed at 8 o'clock in the morning. Some some producer was there, some batch process was there, or you got some file from client and you have uploaded the file at 8 o'clock. Immediately the replication will start. You don't have to do anything. It is internal done by Amazon. And to replicate 10 GB of file, I will say nowadays Amazon will copy this file within a seconds. But for hypothetically, let's say it take 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay, it might take less than 10 seconds, it might take more than 10 seconds depending on the file size, depending on the network, but I'm saying it will take not more than couple of seconds for Amazon to replicate even the huge files, because they have a very good bandwidth, and it is a private bandwidth, it's not open bandwidth. What do you mean by private bandwidth or private network? Basically they have their own fiber networks, so there will be no traffic apart from internal network which is been handled by Amazon. So it is not public. So the fibers or the connectivity between this availability zone are owned by Amazon, and only Amazon traffic will be running on that fiber in general. Okay, so it's a ultra high speed, so it will take couple of seconds. But hypothetically, let's say 10 seconds it took to copy the file from the availability zone A to B and A to C. Now everything is good. This is a happy scenario, right? Let's say as soon as you upload a file, your client want to access the file. Your client or your application or whatever the person which will consume, whatever, it can be system, it can be your application, it can be person, doesn't matter. They want to access the file. Even you want to check the file. Right now we have uploaded the file and immediately we are checking the file, right? We have done that. So you want to check the file, you want to use the file. So here it can be two scenarios. Either you will check the file after 10 seconds. If you are checking the file after 10 seconds, means replication is done. So it's a happy scenario. Everything is settled. Now you can check the file. But you are checking the file at 8 a.m. and 5 seconds. 8 a.m. and 5 seconds. Is the replication completed? Is the replication completed for you? Replication is still going on, right? It will be completed at 8:10, 8 a.m. 10 seconds. So your request can land on availability zone A, your request can land on availability zone C. Now why I'm saying this? So you don't know on which availability zone your request will land. It is randomly. Even we can't control it, even Amazon is not controlling that. Your request can, you are just going to Amazon, right? Give me my file. So Amazon will hit availability zone A, or it can hit availability zone C, or it can hit availability zone B. Here are two scenarios. If at 8:05, 8 o'clock at 5 seconds, your request has landed on availability zone A. In availability zone A, file is there, right? Availability zone A, at this particular time, file is available. मैं वापस बोलता हूँ, अगर कंफ्यूज हो तो मुझे बताओ. You have uploaded a file, and that file is uploaded in availability zone A, and it will take 10 seconds to replicate that file to other availability zones. Simple. Now, immediately after uploading the file, you click on, you have requested a file from Amazon, the same file, that give me the file, and it is right now 8 o'clock 5 seconds. Is the file available at availability zone B and C? Is no. Now, why the yellow lines are there? Your request can land on A as well as on other availability zone. Amazon doesn't know where the file is right now, because when you are uploading, that time also randomly the availability zone will be selected. It's not that your file will be uploaded on availability zone A. It can upload to B also. Okay, so when you are uploading a file, it's not always your file will be uploaded at availability zone A. It can select availability zone B to upload the file, first file, then it will be replicated to other availability zone. Again, why Amazon give the randomly? Why don't Amazon says that okay, my file should upload at availability zone A? Why? Because if they are not doing randomize, the your data center in availability zone A will be overloaded or overwhelming. Why? Because all the requests are coming to availability zone A. B and C are sitting idly. They're enjoying their vacation, right? So, you, so there are thousands of people, right? You are not alone. So if all the traffic is coming to A, this data center will be under stress. To avoid that, Amazon says that okay, you upload here, you upload here, you upload here, distributing the traffic, right? Randomly. Agree? So your file can upload to any of the data center randomly. So even after uploading, when you are requesting the file, your request can land to any availability zone. It can be A, B, C. Clear? इतना समझ आया? नहीं आया तो बताओ. Anybody who is still confused? अच्छा चलो मैं हिंदी में बता देता हूँ, सिंपल. देखो, जब आप अपलोड कर रहे हो, अच्छा एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. ठीक है, ये समझो ये टिकट काउंटर्स है. 3 टिकट काउंटर्स है जहाँ पे आप टिकट बुक कर रहे हो. ठीक है, तीनों में टिकट आप बुक कर सकते हो, राइट? बट अगर मैं बोलूँ कि नहीं, सबके सब लाइन नंबर ए में ही जाएंगे, तो क्या होगा? ट्रैफिक बढ़ेगा ए पे, राइट? और अगर सीक्वेंस वाइज बोलो, चलो तीनों काउंटर ओपन है, तीनों काउंटर ओपन है, ए यहाँ पे है, बी यहाँ पे है, सी यहाँ पे है, और पब्लिक यहाँ से आ रही है, तो पब्लिक पहले कहाँ पे जाएगी? सबके सब पहले ए पे जमा हो जाती है. लोग बी और सी तक तो लोग जाते भी नहीं है, कौन चल के जाएगा? सी खाली पड़ा हुआ है. होता है ऐसा कभी कभी, देखा है आपने? लोग बोले कि भाई ए पे भी लगा लेते हैं, ए पास में. इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई एम सेइंग, यहाँ पे मैं एक बंदा बिठा देता हूँ. लेट्स से यहाँ पे एक मैनेजर बिठा दिया, तो आप इसके पास जाओगे, वो बोलता है ए पे जाओ, वो बोलेगा सी पे जाओ, वो बोलेगा बी पे जाओ. ये कंट्रोल कर रहा है रैंडमली. उससे क्या होगा? ट्रैफिक जाम नहीं होगा एक टिकट काउंटर पे. वैसे ही अमेज़न जो भी रिक्वेस्ट आ रही है, चाहे अपलोडिंग की हो या डाउनलोडिंग की हो, वो रैंडमली कोई भी एक अवेलेबिलिटी जोन पे आपकी रिक्वेस्ट भेज देता है, रैंडमली, डिपेंडिंग ऑन. इवन अभी के लिए मैं रैंडम बोल रहा हूँ, इंटरनली वो क्या कर रहा है मुझे भी नहीं पता. इंटरनली वो चेक कर रहा है कि ट्रैफिक ज़्यादा है कम है, वो मुझे भी नहीं पता. इतना बोला रैंडमली. अमेज़न खुद बोलता है मैं रैंडमली भेज रहा हूँ. क्लियर है? अभी अपलोड आपकी, अगर आपकी फाइल अपलोड हो गई है, तो हाइपोथेटिकली मैं कह रहा हूँ 10 सेकंड लगेंगे. ज़्यादा भी लग सकते हैं, कम भी लग सकते हैं रेप्लिकेट होने में. गॉट इट? दिस इज अ हैप्पी सिनेरियो. अब आप अपलोड करके भूल गए, अगर आप 8:30 में या 9 बजे अगर फाइल मांगते हो अमेजोन से, 9 बजे मांगते हो, तो तीनों अवेलेबिलिटी जोन में फाइल है, तीनों अवेलेबिलिटी जोन में फाइल है. अगर आपकी रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पे लैंड होगी, आपको फाइल मिलेगी. अगर आपकी रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पे लैंड हुई तो आपको फाइल मिलेगी. अगर आपकी रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पे लैंड हुई तो आपको फाइल मिलेगी. यस. बट सेकंड सिनेरियो, अभी तक आपकी फाइल अपलोड नहीं हुई है. हाँ, अभी तक आपकी फाइल अपलोड नहीं हुई है, तो क्या होगा? आपकी रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पे भी लैंड हो सकती है, यहाँ पे भी लैंड हो सकती है. राइट, रैंडम है ना। आपने फाइल अपलोड कर दी है, पर नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंड बाद आपने अमेजोन से फाइल मांगी, तो आपकी रिक्वेस्ट या तो यहाँ पे लैंड करेगी या यहाँ पे लैंड करेगी। ऐसे हो सकता है, दोनों में से एक जगह जाएगी रिक्वेस्ट। सिनेरियो नंबर 1, इफ योर रिक्वेस्ट हैज लैंडेड टू ऑल्टीजोन ए, जहाँ पे फाइल आपने अपलोड करी थी, तो आपको फाइल मिल जाएगी, यू आर हैप्पी, ओके आई गॉट द फाइल, सब कुछ परफेक्ट चल रहा है, दिस इज अ परफेक्ट सिनेरियो। व्हाट विल हैपन इफ योर रिक्वेस्ट हैज लैंडेड टू ऑल्टीजोन सी, जहाँ पे अभी रेप्लिकेशन चल रहा है, कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है, तो यहाँ पे आधी फाइल होगी, ये जो इतना बड़ा बॉक्स है उसमें से इतनी फाइल है, शुड यू गेट द हाफ फाइल। यहाँ पे आधी फाइल अभी बनी है, यहाँ पे भी आधी फाइल बनी है, अज्यूम करो। सो आपको आधी फाइल रिटर्न करनी चाहिए या पूरी फाइल चाहिए? अगर मैं आधी रिटर्न कर दे अमेजोन, तो आप क्या बोलोगे, बेकार है, मैं यूज नहीं कर रहा अमेजोन, बार बार आधी फाइल दे देता है मुझे, क्या करूँ मैं आधी फाइल का, राइट? इज दिस एक्सेप्टेबल? नो। सो आइडियली यहाँ पे फाइल अभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुई है, तो मैं अज्यूम कर रहा हूँ कि फाइल नहीं है। आधी फाइल कंप्लीट हुई है मतलब मैं अज्यूम कर रहा हूँ फाइल है ही नहीं, वो अवेलेबल ही नहीं है। ये समझो, आधी फाइल मतलब कोई कोई कंसेप्ट नहीं होता आधी फाइल का। अगर फाइल या तो पूरी है या तो नहीं है, खत्म, राइट? सो इन दिस सिनेरियो व्हाट विल हैपन, Amazon विल चेक जो आपने फाइल रिक्वेस्ट करी है वो दूसरे ओल्ड जोन में है क्या, इंटरनली वो चेक करेगा। यहाँ पे उसको मिली फाइल, नो, फाइल मिली नहीं, सो वो चेक करेगा दूसरे ओल्ड जोन में, ओके ओल्ड जोन ए में है वो फाइल, रीराइट द रिक्वेस्ट, वहाँ से आपकी जो रिक्वेस्ट है वहाँ पे भेजेगा इंटरनली, और वहाँ से आपको फाइल डाउनलोड करके दे देगा। समझ आया? सिंपल, हैप्पी, मेक सेंस, तभी आपको हमेशा फाइल मिलती है। ओके, सो दैट इज थियरी पे आता हूँ मैं, ये वाला read after write consistency for put of a new object. So as soon as you upload a file, you can read or access the file. Simple. You can read or access the file. सिंपल हो गया, प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है। तो ये जो हैप्पी सिनेरियो है, जब भी मैं फाइल अपलोड करता हूँ, जब भी कोई नई फाइल अपलोड करता हूँ, न्यू लिखा है मैं वर्ड, आई कैन इमीडिएटली एक्सेस द फाइल। अमेज़न बोलता तू माइक्रो सेकंड में फाइल ले ले मुझसे, तो मुझको बोलो मिली सेकंड माइक्रो सेकंड में फाइल ले लो, मैं देने को रेडी हूँ, गारंटी दे रहा है वो, बिकॉज ऐसा उस पीछे कुछ उसका आर्किटेक्चर चल रहा है। नाउ कमिंग टू, इतना क्लियर है? पहले मैं अभी दो सिनारियो और देता हूँ, उससे पूरा सर खुल जाएगा। क्लियर है कैसे होता है, रेप्लिकेशन क्यों होता है, रेप्लिकेशन का रीजन क्या है? क्लियर है कैसे आपका फाइल्स डिफरेंट रीजन में कॉपी हो, डिफरेंट एबिलिटी जोन में कॉपी होती है, और आपकी रिक्वेस्ट रैंडमली कोई भी एबिलिटी जोन में जाएगी। क्लियर है ये? दैट्स व्हाई ईच एबिलिटी जोन आर कनेक्टेड विद ईच अदर, वो एक बैकअप है, और कभी भी आपका डेटा लॉस नहीं होगा, इवन इफ दिस फाइल इज गॉट करप्टेड हियर। ओके, लेट्स से दिस इज अ सिनेरियो, हाँ यहाँ पे अगर आपकी एक फाइल करप्टेड हो गई, तो Amazon will keep on checking the data. If this file is corrupted here, so it will can copy the data back to the same already zone. Let's say यहाँ पे जो सर्वर थे, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे सर्वर है ना, there are so many racks are there. One rack is gone down. Availability zone नहीं गया, पर rack उड़ गया. Again, it will replicate back the data to another rack. So Amazon will always try to keep 3 copy of your data. Got it? इतना ये सिनेरियो समझ आया? नया फाइल अगर अपलोड कर रहे हो तो क्या होगा? ओके, सो अगर आपने फाइल दूसरे अवेलेबिलिटी जोन से भी मांगी, वो आपको इमीडिएटली फाइल दे देगा ना। ऑब्जेक्ट अगर ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है तो, सिनेरियो 2, नाउ लेट्स से एक फाइल था, जैसे अभी हमने अपलोड करा, वी हैव अपलोडेड अ फाइल विद द सेम, ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे फाइल है, कल का फाइल पड़ा हुआ है, और आपने सेम नाम की फाइल अपलोड कर दी, ऑरेंज फाइल। जैसे अभी हमने यहाँ पे देखा, यहाँ पे देखा कि हमने सेम नाम की फाइल अपलोड कर दी, राइट। दिस इज अ फाइल, हमने पहले थी ऑलरेडी अपलोड करी विद न्यू डेटा, पहले इतना डेटा था, राइट। अभी हमने एक और फाइल ऐड करी, एक और फाइल ऐड करी विद न्यू डेटा, तो वो ओवरराइड हो गई फाइल, एग्री। राइट, ओवरराइड हुई फाइल। ग्रीन वाली आपकी पुरानी फाइल थी, और रेड वाली न्यू फाइल, या ऑरेंज वाली न्यू फाइल है, और आपकी फाइल अपलोड हुई है 8 o'clock को, ठीक है। अगर आप 9 बजे मांगते हो तो रेप्लिकेशन विल टेक प्लेस, ठीक है। और आपका फाइल यहाँ पे रेप्लिकेशन हो गया 8:10 को, और अगर आपने 9 बजे फाइल मांगी, आपको येलो फाइल मिली, यू विल गेट द न्यू फाइल दैट इज येलो, या ऑरेंज, जो भी आपको कलर दिख रहा है, ऑरेंज फाइल, राइट। बट व्हाट विल हैपन if you are asking the file at 8:05, 8 o'clock at 5 seconds, what will happen in this scenario? Replication complete नहीं हुआ है अभी तक। Ideally, you what file you want? You want green file or you want orange file? कौन सा फाइल चाहिए आपको अब? कौन सा? ऑरेंज चाहिए रहेगा ना। अगर ग्रीन आया तो क्या बोलोगे आप? अगर बार बार आपको ओल्ड फाइल आ रही है तो अमेजोन को जाके गाली दे के आओगे, क्या कर रहा है। कहीं भी नया मोबाइल खरीदते हो आप, दुकान पे जाते हो, अगर वो पुराना मोबाइल देगा आपको, तो आप क्या बोलोगे? फेंक के मारते हो। अमेजोन को भी आप फाइल फेंक के मारोगे कि पकड़ अपनी फाइल, मुझे नहीं चाहिए, राइट। लेट्स टेक अ सिनेरियो, scenario 1, if your request has landed on availability zone A, which has new file, you will get the new file, right. You will get the new file. But what if your request has landed on availability zone C, where replication is taking place but file is already present with old content, green file already present है पुराने content से। In actual, you might get the old file. In actual, you might get the old file. Even if your request can land to availability zone B, your request will get a old file. You might get the old file. Again, you might. Why? Because अगर A पे आया तो नया मिलेगा। अगर B और C पे गया तो पुराना फाइल मिल सकता है, because of overwritten. That is called eventual consistency. Eventual मतलब भाई 5 मिनट रुक जाना, डेटा रिफ्रेश हो रहा है। Eventual, couple of second delay. So eventual consistency for override put delete, ठीक है। override put and delete can take some time to propagate, data can take some time to propagate। अब ये बोलोगे सर ये तो प्रॉब्लम है, ये है। दिस इज द सिनेरियो व्हिच Amazon सेज दैट, ठीक है। डिलीट के लिए बताता हूँ मैं। अभी आपके पास फाइल है, आपने डिलीट मार दी फाइल, ओके। सो इट विल टेक हाइपोथेटिकली 10 सेकंड ले रहा है बाकी सर्वर से भी डिलीट करने के लिए। नाउ इफ यू आस्क द अमेजोन, आप चेक करते हो कि फाइल है क्या, ठीक है, इस फाइल एग्जिस्ट। अगर आपकी यहाँ पे लैंड करी तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? नो फाइल। बट इफ यू आर सेंडिंग अ रिक्वेस्ट टू अनदर अवेलेबिलिटी जोन, so the file is present and you will get a data। हो सकता है ये चीज? ये सिनेरियो समझ आया? ओवरराइट और डिलीट के केस में ये सिनेरियो समझ आया? आपको पुराना डेटा मिल सकता है। क्लियर? सो ये सिनेरियो इज कॉल्ड डेटा consistency of S3. So if you write a new file and read it immediately, you will able to get the file. अगर इन्हें नई ताज़ा ताज़ा फाइल है, ओके, नया ताज़ा ताज़ा माल है, आपको फ्रेश माल मिलेगा, ओके, बट यू आर रिप्लेसिंग द एग्जिस्टिंग फाइल, ओके, नया स्टॉक भी है, पुराना स्टॉक भी है, तो रैंडमली पुराना स्टॉक मिल सकता है आपको. सो इफ यू अपडेट एन एग्जिस्टिंग फाइल or delete a file, read it immediately, and you are reading the file immediately, you might get the older version, you might not. आपको शायद पुराना वर्जन मिले, आपको नया वर्जन मिले. वही वाली बात है, दुकान पे जाते हो, आप बोलते हो भाई नया माल दे, सब्जी खरीदने जाते हो, वो मिक्स कर देता है माल, सब्जियां, पुराना आलू भी है, नया आलू भी है. आपकी इट्स योर लक कि विच के नया माल मिलेगा, पुराना मिलेगा, बट इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम विद Amazon. So basically change to the object can take a little bit of time. Okay, so till 2023, if you are uploading a new file, you are getting the new file. If you're replacing the file, Amazon says that please wait for couple of seconds before reading the file. Amazon ने बोला couple of seconds रुको, अगर आपको डेटा दिख रहा है, आपने डिलीट किया, और अगर आपको डेटा दिख रहा है तो couple of seconds रुको, डिलीट हो जाएगा, वो प्रोपोगेट हो रहा है. ओके, क्वेश्चन? ये सिनेरियो समझ आया या नहीं आया? किसी को नहीं आया तो बताओ. क्लियर है या ऊपर से गया? नाउ अगर ऊपर से गया तो भी टेंशन नहीं है. इन 2013 दे हैव गिवन द अपडेट दैट एवरीथिंग इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग कंसिस्टेंसी. मतलब आफ्टर सक्सेसफुल राइट अ न्यू ऑब्जेक्ट or overwrite or delete of an existing object, any subsequent read request will get request immediately received from the latest version of S3. मतलब अगर आपने कोई फाइल राइट करी है S3 में, चाहे नई हो, डिलीट हो, पुरानी हो, ओवरराइड हो, आपको नया ही डेटा मिलेगा, पुराना डेटा नहीं मिलेगा. S3 also provides strong consistency for list object. Also, after write, you will immediately perform the list object in a bucket. It will reflect the latest changes. So Amazon बोल रहा है कि अब उन्होंने वो जो उनका प्रॉब्लम था फिक्स कर दिया है. You will get the latest copy nowadays. चाहे आपने अपलोड पुराना फाइल अपलोड करा है, को रिप्लेस किया है, अपलोड किया है, डिलीट किया है, आपके पास हमेशा नया फाइल मिलेगा. क्लियर? अब सिर्फ समझ नहीं आया तो भी एग्जाम वाई आई हैव कवर दिस थिंग, डेटा कंसिस्टेंसी का ये, अगर हमारे पास लेटेस्ट अपडेट है, यू शुड अवेयर. कभी कभी कोई आपके पास, अगर आप इंटरव्यू में जा रहे हो या एग्जाम के लिए जा रहे हो, शायद पुराना पेपर आ गया हो, राइट? Amazon will make sure that you will never get the old version even for exam also, but exam में papers एक साल में अपडेट होता है. Every year the exam questions are getting updated. So that's why you should be aware कि data consistency issue था S3 में, but recently they have resolved it. Question. I'm not so आज हमने खाली एक ही PPT कवर करी है. Yeah. Question. Data consistency समझ आया? Not possible ना. कभी आपने सुना पूरा इंडिया का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के साथ गया है? That's why Amazon has created region ना. और अवेलेबिलिटी जोन भी ऐसे सिलेक्ट किए ना हमने कि वो एटलीस्ट 100 किलोमीटर से दूर हो. हैव यू कवर्ड द फर्स्ट सेशन कि अवेलेबिलिटी जोन कैसे सिलेक्ट करते हैं हम लोग? So that's what Amazon. I agree. मुंबई और नवी मुंबई अगर है तो मैं एक ही ओल्ड जोन मानूंगा मैं तो, क्योंकि 50 किलोमीटर का फर्क है। मुंबई में बाढ़ आई है, पुणे में बाढ़ नहीं आई है, सूखा पड़ा हुआ है। ठीक है। दिल्ली में बाढ़ आई है, और गाजियाबाद और एनसीआर में बाढ़ नहीं आई है अभी भी, दिल्ली में आई है। सो दे आर 40 किलोमीटर, 30-40 किलोमीटर्स का डिफरेंस है। यस। ठीक है। सो अमेजोन ने वही बोला है कि मैं जो ओल्ड जोन सिलेक्ट करूंगा वो मीनिंगफुल जोग्राफिकल एरिया पे ही करेंगे वो लोग भी। ऐसा इतने भी, क्योंकि भाई वो कंपनी लेके बैठे हैं। ओके। सो वर्स्ट केस, चलो वर्स्ट केस हुआ कि मुंबई और पुणे का पावर ग्रिड सेम था। ह्यूमन एरर, नॉट नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज, ह्यूमन एरर, ह्यूमन डिजास्टर। पावर ग्रिड सेम था, तो मुंबई पुणे गया ना, एक तो फिर भी बचेगा, राइट। मतलब मैंने आज तक ये नहीं सुना कि तीनों रीजन डाउन गए हैं। हाँ, ये हुआ है कि एक रीजन आइसोलेट हो गया है। व्हाट इज मीन बाय आइसोलेशन? इन जनवरी 2023, 6 मंथ्स बैक, क्या हुआ था? आई हैव टोल्ड यू, अमेरिका का जो फाइबर था, यूएस का जो, और बाकी वर्ल्ड के बीच में जो इंटरनेट फाइबर था, जो कि अंडरग्राउंड सी वाटर के नीचे जो फाइबर है, वो कट गया था। बिकॉज ऑफ दैट अमेरिका वॉज आइसोलेटेड। अमेरिका के अंदर सब चल रहा था, अमेरिका के बाहर सब चल रहा था, पर अमेरिका से कम्युनिकेशन ब्रेक हो गया था। यू गेटिंग? सो दिस इज अगर सिनेरियो, देखो रीजन डाउन नहीं होगा पर आइसोलेट होने के चांसेस है। दैट इज अगेन वन ऑफ द सिनेरियो। सो इन दैट केस मैनी कंपनी व्हाट दे डू, दे टेक अ बैकअप इन अनदर रीजन। मैंने मुंबई में हमारा बकेट बनाया, उसका बैकअप मैंने यूएस में रखा। सो एक हमारे पास पीपीटी है, अभी मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा, ये वाली क्रॉस रीजन एप्लीकेशन उसी पे है। मैं डिटेल में बात करूंगा इसके बारे में कल, बट ये एक सिनारियो है जहाँ पे आपका पूरा यूएस आइसोलेट हो गया तो क्या करेंगे। ठीक है। एनी क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस? did I consistency, did I inconsistency, and why I have given this thing, or why I'm emphasizing this thing? Because आगे जाके हम डेटाबेस भी पढ़ने वाले हैं। There also you will find the same thing. So wherever you are dealing with data, you should be aware with data consistency, irrespect, ये Amazon है, even in your local system, in your on-premise system, even in your Azure or any cloud और on-premise, data inconsistency एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। And how can we overcome? That's another topic. But currently with Amazon S3, I'm saying that they have resolved this issue. Okay, but right now we are going to cover DynamoDB. There also this issues is there, and to fix that, to get the strong consistency, that they're asking the extra money. वहाँ पे वो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा मांगते हैं कि अगर आपको स्ट्रॉन्ग कंसिस्टेंसी चाहिए तो देंगे हम लोग, पर पैसा लेंगे। अमेजोन पैसा मांगता है अलग से। रीड के बाद इमीडिएटली राइट के बाद इमीडिएटली रीड कर लो, पुराना डेटा मिल सकता है, नया डेटा मिल सकता है। बोला अगर नया डेटा चाहिए तो 1 रुपये फालतू लूंगा मैं। सो दैट्स द फीचर, दैट्स द बिजनेस टैक्टिक्स every company use. Question. So I'm stopping here. If you have a question, let me know.